What's up, YouTube? It's Ask the Young One with CreateHigherVibrations.com. I wanted to do a video. First, I want to say thank you for being patient with me. I know it's been a few weeks, maybe a little longer since I did a video. But today I wanted to do a video reference something that I was kind of working with somebody on in a group that I'm in. And their biggest problem was taking everything so personally. The cheating from the narcissist, the lying, the just kind of like the overall being duped in things, and they were really feeling within themselves like the personal attack. And I mean, I've been there, I understand that. At the same time, you do feel personal about it because you are. I mean, you're lied to. You feel like you've given your trust, and your loyalty and everything else to someone that just simply trashed it. It's all completely understandable. At the same time, when we start really digging into it, and this is where it gets tricky when you're in the early phases of this stuff. The number one thing you have to do is you have to start understanding the person that you are with. And once you're able to start that understanding of who and what they are and how they're doing things, you'll understand that it's really like deep down, and I'm not taking anything away from anyone, but it's really not as personal as it feels. Like coming from seeing from their perception of understanding of how they function. Once you gather that through understanding what you were with, you're going to realize that their actions, through their lack of their own self, it truly is not an attack on us specific. We're just the one that is in the way, basically, is kind of like what I've been able to gather through my experience with it. The problem is we take it and we get nailed with it so bad because they spend so much time beating our self-esteem down, lowering our own confidence, taking away our own self-worth, taking all of these powers within us away through their manipulations, through their toxicity, through their lies, through their hurt, through all those things. And once we're, beat down, then of course we're going to take it personally, and then it's so much easier for them to attack. But once we can get away from that and not be, not face it directly head on every single day, and once we can start realizing that everything they do is centered around one thing. It's one thing that they do, and that is to gain supply. That is everything that they do. They're cheating because they're wanting to gain supply, and it's not as hurtful as it is to the partner or to the victim or to the survivor or the other half. They're not even seeing it that way. Like, they're not even viewing it that way. So that's like that understanding, it truly understanding the perception of a cluster B or a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath. For that, they all have the same perception of life, and there's not much to it except for they only see themselves. So everything that they're doing is revolving around their need, not anything directly to do personally with you. And once that is grasped, once you can get that, it's going to help you tremendously with re-empowering yourself, with rebuilding your self-esteem, rebuilding your self-worth, realizing that anything that they do didn't have anything to do with a lack or a fault within yourself. It has everything to do with the lack and fault within the narcissist. They are the ones that control their destiny just like we do. The difference is we have to raise our game up some to understand just the how fucked upness that they see things and see life, and that is gonna help a lot on stopping any type of self-blame or the personal feelings inside on their actions, because their actions are simply based off of their needs and how they gather in life. Like, we may love and show kindness and compassion to someone else, and that's how we are, but they're simply not going to do it that way, and they don't care. And we have to like start realizing that, like, that's like the first step to healing. And then once we get past that point, then we can start working on our own self. But that understanding is a huge key to starting to like take that narc out of the equation and focusing towards your higher self, your higher good, your future in life, who you are, etc. So I wanted to come on and do a quick video about that. I mean, I've been kind of working with somebody in a private group, and it was a big deal once they actually started seeing it from the way a narcissist thinks. And I have to give a lot of props to HG Tudor. If you don't watch him, he's got a channel and he explains so much, but he has taught me so much about the way they think, and it's helped me realize so much in understanding. I mean, a good example for me is I was just in child support court, and when you're battling a narcissist in this mess or whatever these people are, I mean, it's so clear once you grasp it. Like, everything you do with them is so clear. It's so about them. Everything is about them. They'll never have understanding. They'll never have compassion. They'll never have empathy. They'll never have anything of, especially understanding of you as a person. It's simply all about them. And that, like every other hearing I go to with this person, it was the exact same way. I mean, at some point, the judge on the stand has to start seeing that this person has no ability to understand or have any type of compassion or empathy towards this side. And that's exactly how that hearing was. But the difference is, now sitting there, I understand, you know, this idiot's not attacking me personally. They're doing it because it is simply about the pure hollowness within themselves. They only see what they want, and that is it. And that is a huge understanding that we have to find, to stop taking it personally. Because I mean, I could have sat and listened to them talk, and I could have took it so personally. It does get frustrating sitting there because they just start babbling off so much just shit, and really, like, that's not even what you're there for. But that's a whole nother story too. So, but I wanted to do a video on that, just on the stop taking it personally. I mean, the number one key to that is understanding what you are dealing with, and that's what it comes down to. It honestly is not directed personally. They're not doing it as personal as you may take, as you might be taking it. Once you're able to understand that what drives them and everything behind what they do, then it'll give you just a little bit more understanding. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that at all, so don't think that. But because the goal here is to heal, the goal is to get better, the goal is to, you know, move on in life to not have this, these relationships completely destroy us. And that's the key. But once we're able to understand who they are, what they are, how they function, it's gonna allow us to be able to move on a lot quicker. We can then start focusing on ourselves and not any more, we can start pushing them away a lot more. So hopefully this had a little bit. I know it's real wicked to try to grasp. Some people will do it quickly, like the person I was working with in the group. I mean, it took a lot of back and forth to show her what exactly I was showing her. But once we got through it, she really started seeing it, and it started helping the progression. Like, it was helping her realize that the things that the person that her narc did to her did not have anything to do with her. It was all because that's simply what they are. They're going to do those things. And the unfortunate part is before we realize what we're with, we don't expect those things. So then we're hit and blindsided. But then as we start educating ourselves on what we are with, then that understanding has to be kicked in. We have to start then understanding what we were with in order to heal from the abuse and from the attacks and the emotional warfare and the manipulations and all those different things that we went through. So hopefully that made some sense. If anybody has any questions, again, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to list I have a Facebook. I don't really want to list my Facebook group on here because I do get stalked by the narc and the entire family. So I'm gonna just leave that off there. But I don't have any issues putting anything else. I'll try to put everything in the description. And if you like the stuff we say, then please subscribe, share, and like. And hopefully we see you on the next one. Thank you. Have a good night.